All right, so the next fight I'm gonna go over was the Rod Alavi versus Tyler Gross fight. This was another good one. It was pretty short, but action packed, and I liked what I saw from both guys for the most part. Um, we'll start with Rod. So he's a kid from California. He seemed cool, but a little bit misleading because he didn't really look like a crazy athlete. He looked more like a stoner. And I know because I like to blaze trees, and they even showed him. I'm pretty sure. I guess because it's on Rumble, they could allow showing smoking weed. That was a little surprising to me that they would let that fly. But yeah, at one point he was doing the whole like strength and conditioning with a beer in one hand and the blunt in the other hand, and I thought that was funny. Definitely, the kids definitely got personality. So I feel like we'd definitely blaze one up if we knew each other. But yeah, he was super small too for the weight class. Like he weighed in at 167. So you could tell he's not cutting any weight, and he's not even filling out 170. So not the smartest move in my opinion, but I mean, the dude's a dog, no doubt about it. And then he was taking on Tyler Gross, who is a kid from Southwest Virginia, like in the mountains, I guess. I don't even think he said what town it was. But he looked like it. I mean, he had the Viking thing going on. He had the big beard, like Wolverine beard. And yeah, he looked the part, but he didn't look that big either. But his beard looked huge, man. Like, I swear, this fight was kind of like proving that having a big beard like that can be a bit of an advantage at times. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so apparently Tyler came in with the highest slap score. And like, again, I've said this in previous videos, the slap score, we should just get rid of that shit, man. It really doesn't tell the story, and quite clearly, because I mean, obviously Rod got the KO or TKO win. So I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous at this point, but for whatever they said, like, he had the highest slap score. So, I mean, he looked like he was going to be good. And he didn't look that big either. He weighed in at 169. So I'm not sure whether he cut weight and then like cut a little bit too much, or if he just didn't fill out the full 170. It looked like he probably walks around literally at like 169 to me, but who knows? And anyway, so Rod won the coin toss, and he was slapping first, and he was going right on one. I mean, you guys know how I feel about that, although some people do pull it off. And I mean, it wasn't a good slap. It seemed low on the neck, but okay, so this is really where it comes into play. Like, it seemed low on the neck, but if you look at this beard, man, like Tyler's beard, like, how do you even know where his chin is? I get that you get like a little feel, but even then, like, that looked like an inch of beard that you're trying to feel through. So it really is a huge advantage to have it. So I don't even know. I wouldn't be surprised, like, in years to come, if eventually they end up like limiting how big of a beard you can have, but who knows? But yeah, it wasn't a great slap. It seemed low on the neck. And I feel like I feel like the commission like kind of knows that, and so they might be like a little bit more lenient. But yeah, so Tyler was able to eat it, and then on Tyler's first slap, it wasn't the best slap either. It was a little low, and I think that kind of negated some of the power. You can tell, like, yeah, it just wasn't the cleanest strike. So he definitely could have landed a little more flush, and Rod was able to eat it. So, and then on Rod's second slap, I mean, dude, it was a monster shot. Like, that was a really good slap. You can't deny it. And guess what? Your boy switched to right on too. Like, I'm just gonna keep beating this drum until people finally catch on. Like, it's right on too. And like, even in the last video, he switched to right. I think it was Alexander switched to right on two, got the knockdown. Like, Rod didn't have a great slap on the first one, but was able to like pull it together and then find the knockout. with the right on too. But anyway, yeah, knocked Tyler down. And then, okay, I have a feeling that Tyler's going to watch this. So I want to be good about how I word it, because honestly, like, it was an impressive showing. Like, he showed heart, but I mean, he definitely didn't watch my video on how to recover when you take a slap. I wish that he did, because he kind of did the complete opposite of what I say to do. And I think that it ended up costing him ultimately. I think that it was an impressive recovery. Like, it was a big shot and he was able to recover, but he just jumped up too quickly. He jumped up too quickly and he was wobbly. And it's even tougher to get your bearings when you're trying to stay upright and like tall, as opposed to like down on a knee. So I really just think that it was, like, it showed lack of experience, and it ultimately ended up costing him, which is a shame, because like I honestly think that like he would and will be good when he figures it out. Yeah, I think if they give him another shot with that same exact strike and start him on the ground, after the fact, I think that he could honestly recover. He seemed pretty straight to me by the time the ref, but it was like going to be a buzzer beater, so I guess they waved it off. But yeah, anyway, it was a great strike by Rod. He looked good. He said that he messed up his shoulder on his first hit, and so, I mean, and it did kind of look a little awkward, so I believe him. And if so, that's crazy toughness to come back and throw with everything you have on the hurt shoulder. I mean, it's impressive, shows toughness. He showed a solid chin, but he didn't get hit with like the most clean shot, so I would say his chin looks solid, but it's not necessarily certified yet until we see him take like a monster shot. But yeah, he looked good. And he definitely wasn't afraid to take a strike, which is really good. I always preach that. And then, not sure when we'll see Tyler again. I mean, he seems like a guy that you would bring back on like a season 4. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. And yeah, it was a good fight. I think that, no complaints over here. And yeah, much better episode.